There isn't much on the internet about the Weldtite brand, the formula, anybody using it. What appealed to me is the quantity that you can buy it in. So this is a 400 millilitre bottle, and I paid, as you can see, £20 basically. I think it was delivered for that as well, which represents good value for money when it comes to eMTB chain lubes. I've used quite a few, so I was interested to give this a go. It reminds me of Smooth. If you've ever used Smooth, I'll show you how it goes on. This is a real world test. This bike is pretty new. It's got under 300 miles on it. I've been out the other day. I've just brushed down the chain. The chain's quite dry. The cassette's quite waxy. If you look carefully at the side plates, try and zoom in a little bit, there is wax still clinging to the chain. What I did notice when I first applied this is it's quite thick. It doesn't seem to flow around the roller. So we'll see how it goes. I also have used in the past the classic Clean Ride White Lightning, very liquidy, very waxy, leaves definitely a wax coating on the chain once it's had a chance to dry. Both these products would say allow 12 to 24 hours or overnight after application. It also on the bottle shows you applying it to each roller individually. I'm a bit more real world than that. You'll see how I apply it. My type of riding, I ride through lots of bracken, heather, stuff that really brushes the bike. I get a lot of debris wrapped in the cassette. For example, this type of stuff, bracken, twigs, so I'm usually having to remove it. So let's see how it goes on. This is how I do it. If you've ever used Smooth, which is very similar to this, it would seem. I don't know what the formulas are, I'm sure they're quite different. And there might be people out there saying, why haven't you washed your drive and cleaned your drivetrain? When this bike was brand new, I totally degreased this chain, and I was using muck off chain wax, which I didn't really rate. Seemed a bit too watery for me. And again, the quantity for the price you pay on this, I just had to give it a try. I like to apply the chain lube liberally. I might let this go off and I might even apply another coating later on. I will be out on the bike probably tomorrow. When this was clean, I'd done about 14 miles on it with a really clean derailleur and cassette. So I've done one ride, going out again probably tomorrow. I weren't going to wash the bike off again. It was pretty dry out, as you can probably see, quite dusty. There's no info really on the formula or the ingredients of this, even on the website. It's just purely a wax-based chain lubricant. It's meant to run fairly clean. Most waxes do. I'll give you an example of if we were going to apply some of this on. You'll see how watery this is. Just, it absolutely just very, very liquid. So it's horses for courses, really. There's loads of chain waxes to choose from. I do like a chain wax as a lubricant. I'll use it as far into winter as I can until I have to go on to something like this. So I tried this last year. This is Pete's wet to damp, wet lube, wet weather. Again, what can I tell you? I clean and apply chain lubes every time I ride the bike. So I usually wash the bike, especially in winter, of course, it's going to get washed off every time. And I'll reapply the chain lube. So I've measured this chain, it still measures as a new chain. There's absolutely, in 300 miles of riding, there's no wear in the chain that I can detect with, if I could find it, the chain tool. That's the chain tool I use, that type. I do have the more basic ones, but if the chain becomes worn out, I'll just replace it. I do monitor it, I do look after my bikes, even though you may be thinking, well, this is dirty. It's not that dirty. So basically that's the review.